Hi there, peeps. While the air conditioning runs, effectively keeping me from working on my current audiobook narration that I have in my lap, I thought, hey, it's time that I gave you my thoughts on the Ultra Clear Epoxy that I had bought a while back that I had told you guys that I was going to talk about. So let me show it to you, and it's all sticky from getting used. I've used about half of it, so I'm pretty sure I've got a good opinion at this point. Uh, I can't remember how much it cost, but I remember thinking it was pricey. Maybe it was $35 or $45. Uh, I wanted to do videos of me mixing it so that I could show you guys how it worked, but unfortunately my forehead cam walked out with a former roommate, or it didn't walk out. I'm pretty sure it was pawned because he cleaned us. So I'm just going to have to talk about it and show you some pieces. And I'm sorry, that's not good enough. You know, I need a better webcam. Anyway, Ultra Clear Epoxy, which I had done research looking for the clearest epoxy resin you could find. Some UVs were out there, but this is the one because I don't do UV. I don't have the stuff to do UV just yet. They claim to be the clearest. And let me go through the process of using them. There's a warning on the resin part. Cold weather warning. Ideal working temperature is 75 to 80 degrees. Before mixing, make sure the product was acclimated to 75 degrees. It doesn't say why or why not, so let me tell you why or why not. Oh, it also says, oh, it does say kind of. Difficult, causes more difficulty mixing, as well as excess tiny bubbles if not warm enough. When measuring, always pour your hardener with your mixing bucket before the resin. So I have discovered that not just with this resin, but with other resins, if you guys don't know this trick yet, putting the hardener first does indeed make a difference. Less bubbles, so much less bubbles. I don't know why that is. Doing this stuff cold, it's really thick. It is really, really thick. I don't know if you can see how slow it's oozing in there. It's just blue, 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 blue. When it's warm, it's only a little faster. But when you try to pour it this cold, yeah, the bubbles, because it's basically a lump in there, and so it's, when you're stirring even slowly with just a tiny toothpick, there are these gaps, kind of like whenever a huge wave in the ocean cuts a swath, and then you've got the air going in, so you get all these bubbles. The warmer it is, the less bubbles you've got. So what I do when I'm working is I have a heating pad, and I've got this large glass plate that's for a business-sized microwave, and that's what I use to work on. And I've got the heating pad underneath the glass plate, and so the glass plate gets nice and warm, and then I set these guys onto the glass plate, and they warm up, and then I come and work with it, and they stay warm. And then I'll put my cups on the glass plate and keep them warm while I'm stirring, and that really does make a difference. The drawback to that is that things tend to harden quicker. Now, I have mixed it with acrylic paints, which is how I color my resins. I do have some inks, but they're expensive, whereas I've got years and years worth of acrylic paints around the house. I don't know what I did one day, but one day when I first started with this, I was mixing, and then the cup got really hot because of the chemicals changing here, and it hardened quickly, really quickly, within like minutes, and I don't know what I did. It's an interesting thing to recreate if I'm just going to pour a mold. While doing it, you're being careful of bubbles, and what I really, really like about it is when everything's warm and it's on the heating pad and things are heating nicely, if you miss the bubbles, you go away and you come back and the bubbles have risen to the very top of the surface, and usually it's only a couple, and you can take care of it. So here's a piece that I was working on last night, and I don't have a toothpick because I am a dork. I brought everything but the toothpick. What can I use? What can I use? What can I use? What can I use to blah, 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 blah. You think he could? No, I don't think he could help us. He might like it, but he's not sharp enough. Let's see. All right, this will do. If I can just grab it with my hammy hands. I know, right? Play music, but I have hammy hands. You can't see them. These ones are so tiny. But what I've been doing is I just take and I pop the bubbles. Poppy, poppy, poppy. Poppy, poppy, poppy. Pop. Well, that one don't want to pop because it's in front of the camera. Pop. That's how close to the surface they are. They just go pop, pop, pop. And now that I have them all popped, I will mix another small batch, very small batch of resin, like maybe an ounce. And I'll do the final gloss. And then I'll take my toothpick and I'll work it into the bubbles. And it completely seals it up, and you've got this beautiful glossy top that is bubble free. So now, let me see what else was there. I think that was it. So let me show you some of the pieces. First, I'm going to show you with the old resin I've been working with. The old resin does tend to yellow. A lot of the resins out there yellow. So even some of the ones that say they're jewelry grade, they yellow. That works for me usually because I will use that yellow for stuff like this piece. There's some yellow and black bits in there. This is actually can you see it? Oh, I know, we're going through the whole focus fight again. Oh, it drives me crazy how you guys never can see. I'm hoping to go buy a new webcam today, but they're expensive, and you know, our bills are not being kind to us. So so it looks like something encased in amber. So like if I have like I don't know, a fake dinosaur or something that I want to make a cute little something, I'm going to use the yellow stuff because it looks like it's encased in amber, and that looks really cool. If I'm going to color things, I've noticed with the yellowing stuff, if I color things, even using white paint, something about the acrylic paint keeps it from yellowing. I've noticed that. But when it comes to super extra clear stuff, like the top to this, not so much. And I'll let you see if I can get it. You can see how clear it is. You can see the little girl holding her little cup of coffee. There's another piece made with the ultra clear epoxy. You can see how clear. I mean, that's very clear, and I mean that's just amazing. This is a lapel pin. This is a lapel pin. Yeah. Here's a piece that I'm still working on because I foobarred the front, but it's one of the early pieces where I was experimenting with what it could do, and I really, really like this little piece. It's just this cute little one-of-a-kind ice square. It's just so cute. This is going to make a really good choker, I think. Yeah, like right there. Yeah. But it's so clear, and with this one I was able to get a 3D mix with the glitter that I put inside of it. Yes, that's like these really long pieces of glitter I'd bought from a nail art kit, because I buy the nail glitters, and then with a little bit of extra glitter, and I just kind of mixed it around. So I've got this beautiful 3D look that, yeah, I really, really like how that came out. It's just so neat. You just want to turn it forever and ever. I could never recreate this. So this is going to be an expensive piece of jewelry when I'm done. When I'm done. I've been working on it for days now. Here's another piece that was done. Now this one got started with the yellow, where I started with the frame, the frame here, and then finished it with the clear, so that I got this nice look. The image inside's embedded a little bit. You can see the bubbles where I've been popping the bubbles and getting ready to do its final run. Well, maybe you can't because this camera is the suck. What if I did that? Look at that. That made a difference. Crazy. This one also started out with the yellow in the center, but I used the yellow to my advantage here with the gold, and then the outside was done with the clear epoxy. And I think I've already shown you that one. And then the Coup de Gracie, it's a box that I've started. I mean, it's just so lovely and clear. I'm loving it. So, I messed up the lid, so I'm kind of working on the lid still. So this stuff is really good for the projects that you want perfectly clear. I mean, this stuff is amazing, and if I get the money together, which you'd have to, you know how it works. You got to make money to spend money. I'll link my shop below. I've got a couple of the pieces that I make in the shop. The shop is mostly dedicated to publishing and music, but there are some pieces there and also on Etsy, which Etsy is like, give me my money. It's like feetsy. I want more of this. This is the best resin I have ever worked with when it comes to clear pieces. Now, when it comes to, say, if I was going to make a box that I wanted to color black, which I do those more often. I've got this coffin box. I've got this other box in the other room that's neat. I've got a skull and roses on it and stuff. I would use the yellowing stuff because the stuff's expensive, and when it comes to your resources, you want to use your resources wisely, and the quality made with the other stuff I use is not hurt when I color it with paint. So when it's when I'm doing like a large batch of black stuff, like this pair of black skull earrings I'm working on, then it just depends. But overall, this stuff is the shizzle. I mean, this is amazing. This is some amazing stuff. So that's my thoughts. How often do I give a good review? Not much. So woo. I got to give this thing 10 stars. Well, no, because of the way of how of a pain it can be with stirring it. I can't give it a full 10 stars. So 8 stars. 8 stars. If I get the money, I'm getting more. And that is my talk about ultra clear epoxy crystal clear resin. All right, I'm a go do stuff. Bye. Or I won't. Stop recording. I'm hitting the button and it's like